Hey there, let's use IDEANCE process step 5 we're talking about today as part of today's challenge, No Nonsense November day 12. Our topic is no, and our step 5 is next. So no, next thing, what are we going to do? So today we're talking about and thinking about no, saying no to things that don't match our priorities. Why? Because it protects our priorities when we set boundaries and say no to the things that aren't in alignment with what we're trying to do in our business and what our priorities are. People will hit you up all the time, especially the more successful you get in your business, the more opportunities will come flying at you. Or maybe we just see more opportunities. They're around us all the time, but we're open to seeing them because we have the self-confidence and the self-esteem and the experience to take advantage of the opportunities that are right for us. But we have to say yes to the ones that are right for us and protect our time, energy, and resources by saying no to the ones that aren't in alignment with what we are doing right now. We need to protect our time and energy, say no to the noise, and say yes to the things that move the needle and improve our return on investment, the things that we say yes to. And I have found that the longer I'm in business, the less things I say yes to, if they're not aligned with what it is that I'm trying to accomplish in my life in terms of making the world a better place, it's an automatic no. And you can tell how mature the people you're working with are by how persistent they are at pushing on your no. If they respect it and they say, okay, obviously not the right time for you or not the right opportunity for you, I respect that. Thanks for letting me know, and move on. Very mature kind of people that you might want to do business with in the future. If they push at your no and continue to hit your inbox or your DMs, I love the expression slide into your DMs because I hate the behavior. It is reminiscent of the old network marketing days and the MLMs and the Ponzi schemes that people would try to pressure you into getting involved in. And it just doesn't work. It works short term, but it totally destroys trust and everything else in your reputation in the long term. And so why would you do that? So today we're talking about boundaries are built on saying no to the things and aligning and drawing that line in the sand in terms of this is what we stand for, this is what we're working on, this is the things we say yes to. And when everyone in your organization is aligned with that, you become an unstoppable force of creating the things that you want in your business, in your life, and in the world, right? Today's step 5 in the IDEANCE process. Next, I love this step because yesterday we took some kind of action. I'm assuming you took some kind of action yesterday because that was our action item to look at the options we had looked at the day before, pick one and take some sort of action. It doesn't have to be a big action. It just has to be writing it down on a Post-it note counts as an action. Taking a minute to send a text or ask a question, that counts as an action. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged, I rolled out a new launch. It's what is the next step in the process that we want to do today. Yesterday was just taking an action. Today is looking at taking a breather and asking myself, reflecting, or ourselves reflecting and asking ourselves, well, what's the next right step to do? What's the next thing to do? And you may or may not take action on it today. It depends if it's aligned with your priorities and if it's moving you in the right direction. Maybe your next action is to pause, reflect, wait for X amount of hours or X amount of days to see if the action that you took yesterday gets the results and has the impact that you want. So again, everything I teach, everything I say, I don't want to say take with a grain of salt, but take it with a grain of salt. Filter it through what feels right to you, apply what is right for you, and then just pack the rest away in your subconscious, because remember everything we ever experience, and you'll use it. It'll pop up when you need it most. At least that's been my experience. So today our action item is a couple of things. Number one, think about your next action, the next thing you need to do or not do, or the next priority, and think about a commitment that you have been considering saying yes to, but it doesn't really match your priorities, or an opportunity you're thinking about saying yes to, but it's not in. I've just learned about this whole alignment thing, and I don't know how I've gotten this old and didn't know that things need to be aligned within us and our priorities and all of our systems in order for them to flow nicely. But I've been studying a lot as I've joined the school network and learning a lot about myself, and I find that the things I'm attracted to are the things that I need, right? The groups and the communities that I'm attracted to and I'm participating in are the ones that I personally need for my next phase of personal development and growth. And that's what our businesses are. I don't know. I think I've said this before, but having a business, having your own business is probably one of the best and greatest, although sometimes very painful, personal development programs you never knew you needed or wanted. Second only to parenthood, right? And grandparenthood. So pick one thing that you're going to do next, and then say no to something that you know in your heart isn't in alignment with your priorities and what you want to do. Maybe it's, your best friend asks you to plan a party or something, and you're like, oh my God, it's coming up on holiday season. I do not have the bandwidth to do this. And just find a way to say no that honors them and honors you, right? Honors your boundaries, but also, respects them and saying, oh, I'm so delighted that you thought of me for this. I just don't have the bandwidth this time of year. I'm ramping up a new business. I'm starting a new community. And you don't have to make excuses. If it's your best friend, maybe you want to, but you don't have to explain to anyone, especially people that slide into your DMs. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.